So let's talk more about this hearing with Secretary Kennedy today. He heard it today mostly from Democrats, but to some extent from both sides of the aisle. Take another look.
Because you are citing data that you won't produce to the public.
You're just making things up. You've canceled, or HHS did, but apparently under your direction, $500 million in contracts using the mRNA vaccine platform that was critical to Operation Warp Speed.
Congressman Raul Ruiz is our guest now. He's a Democrat from California, and the congressman worked as an emergency physician before he got into politics. So I know these issues are very important to you, and we thank you for coming on with us. Been trying to, kind of stay out of it a little bit today and let people talk. I know people are very worked up about these issues right now in this country. If you had to say to people, beyond all the screaming and yelling, and the sound bites, what's the takeaway from a hearing like this? What they should be thinking about? What would it be?
I think that as a physician, a public health expert, and a dad of two twins, what we're seeing at the CDC, at HHS, is very scary, is very concerning, especially when the CDC director that was appointed by President Trump and confirmed by the Republican Senate got fired because she didn't want to follow the fringe and unhinged political ideological views of Secretary Kennedy. And 3 of their top leaders resigned because of the manipulation and the misinterpretation of data to push this political agenda in an institution that is the premier institution on science and health and public health in the world. And the dismantling of firing about a quarter of their experts and scientists, all in the name of building trust when they manufacture mistrust, is very concerning. And so
you got into it with Kennedy yourself. Was looking back, I want to play a quick clip from June on when about the so-called Maha Commission and how that went, and then maybe you can come back and comment on that. Here's the congressman with the secretary.
Did you read the report and fact-checked its sources prior to publication?
All of the factual.
Did you read the reports, and did you yourself fact-check them, sir?
I did not fact-check.
You did not fact-check.
So you hit him there on not fact-checking, okay? And you talked about what you see as problems at the CDC. I guess my one question for you would be, we talked about this earlier with some of the other guests, is that Kennedy had, I get why people are have views about him like yours, but he shakes it up too at some time. Is there anything that you pick out, whether when he talks about how people are, what we're eating, obesity rates, things that he's on to that we should be paying attention to, or is it all dismissed in your mind?
It's not a Maha idea that we should be eating healthy foods, less processed foods. It's not a Maha idea that we have an obesity epidemic in the United States, and that obesity, the disease of obesity, can cause premature deaths and a whole lot of other chronic illnesses. But what is concerning is the fact that that Maha movement is based on this Maha report that had made up citation and references and had misled the interpretation of studies. So in other words, they cheated, they lied, they made up references. How can we trust a secretary of HHS when they do that and they don't even fact check themselves or really understand their own reports and fudge the science? So that's why today the Democratic Dr. Caucus, myself, some senators, scientists, public health experts call on him to resign. He is the biggest threat to America's health and health security right now.
I know a number of HHS employees and former employees put a letter out as well calling on the secretary to resign. Congressman, thank you for today. Congressman Ruiz from California. Now,
thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.